We can write code space dot VS code will come. Array we were into yesterday. We have started with array. We need to see how array and how that look. So one file you have made. That file was something like this, where we have added multiple items in one variable, and after that we said yes, this becomes an array. Then how one item will store multiple values? You can see here variable is only one, but the values are multiple. How one variable will hold all the values, right? So for that we have to see the array structure. Say like array name, then position as a index as a 0, and then what will come first? Then inside the same array, same item array, index will be 1, and then value will be mango. So index position, how it will store. Now, when you want to print the value of this variable, because the variable is only one and values are multiple, which one to print? How will come to know where which values are stored? So we'll remember inside the array, multiple values are stored. It will have a separate position. Position is called the index position. We have written here called index position. Now let me guide you why we follow this array. What is the importance of array in programming? Where it will help you. So in this example, I have total 5 values. 5 values we have. 5 values we have. If you want to store these 5 values, we have to create 5 variables. Example, var a equal to what is the first one called? Apple. So apple will go to the A. Again, you don't write it. Var b, understand first. Var b equal to what is the second value? Mango, right? Now var c equal to what is the third value? As a banana, right? So total we have 5 variables, 5 values we have. So we have to create 5 variables to store all the values separately. Now I follow here called A, B, C, D as well as E. Okay. Under the D, you are going to store called orange. Under the E, you are going to store called this one, called a graph. So 5 values you have. So you created the 5 variable. What will happen if there is a 1000 value? Okay. What will happen if there is a 1000 value? You have here 5 items you have, so you created the 5 variable you store easily. ABCD. If there will be 5000 items, then how many variable you will create? 5000 variable? Huh? We have to create 5000 variables. You will forget which variable and what is the value. Okay, we'll forget in which variable what is the value. Now ABCD we have created, so okay. A is holding particular, B is holding particular, C is holding particular. If 5000 values will be there, then how you will maintain the 5000 variables? So then it will become impossible. Okay. So in that case, you will get another programming technique that is called array. Array says like if you have one variable, then also you can store in a value. And if you have 1 lakh value, then also you can store in a variable. One value also you can store in one variable. And 1 lakh value also you can store in the same variable. Okay. And that concept is called an array. So at this place, you have to maintain the 5 variable. At this place, you have to maintain only how many variables? Only 1 variable. Then in one variable, how multiple values will come? In one variable, how multiple values will come? Then it says multiple values will come, but it will be position wise. In the beginning, on 0 position, first value, 1 position, second value, 2 position, third value, last position will be last value. So what will be the last position? Look at here. How many values we have stored? 5. And where is the last value? On 4th position. Because it is starting from 0. If we start from 1, then definitely it will be on the 5th position only. But since it is starting from 0, so last value will be on yes, length minus 1 position. Correct? Hello? Tell me. Yeah. All accepted already. Everything is complete. No, 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 all, no. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Now come down. Next, we need to print the values. So the values what you have written here, you cannot call as a value. You will call as a element. You can see here, syntax I have written here. In that we are pointing call as a element. So whichever the values we stored here, all the values will be called as a element. Right? Element. So apple is the element, mango is the element, banana becomes the element. All the values you will call it a element. And their position wherever it is stored, that you will call it a index position. Or index also you can call 0, 1, 2, 3. And name of the array will be called the array. Now come down. So it's clear why you are following the array. Array we are going to follow because inside the program, when you write the program, when you create application, you will have a lot of data. So when lot of data will be there, how many variable you can create? You cannot create lot of variables. So what will be the logic? Logic will be create one variable in such a way that can hold multiple values, right? And that concept is called the array. Now in one variable you have stored multiple values. How the value will stored? Position wise, index position wise, correct? Then if you want to read the value from array, from one variable you want to read different values, you cannot write directly name of the variable. You have to specify in the particular variable which position you want to access, correct? So let's go here and write here called console. Console.log item of 0, item of 0, item of 0. So it will say in item array on 0 position, whichever the value is stored, it will get printed. It will get printed. Next, come down. Write console.log last value that is available on inside the item only, available on 4th position. So we'll try to print the 4th. Okay, you can write here also the first value and last value. The billing data. Auditor has sent absentee. Application is also ready, but in that we need to add one by one. We have to add one by one.
Anything separately you have to mention in the application or?
No, name, email, city, name, email, date, month, year, course, and then I can say GST number, all Alga idea. We need to call once. First to download the three that GST three sheets are there in the email. We download it, and then the number he has called, no, that WhatsApp, the monthly VAT person. We need to call him once. Two sheet is there that is not able to understand. 1819 and 1718. Two sheet is there. Okay. 2021 is okay. We have sent recently that we can understand. So we need to call once and we need to say like, in this, explain me few things like which is the name, which is the amount, which is we download. I'll come. Okay, let's run this file. Node space your file name, that is called array1. Enter. It will say first is apple and last is grapes. First is apple as well as last is grapes. Check once. It should print first as apple and it should print even last as a grapes. Next, after this, last element is grapes. So grapes is printed. Now come, add one more here, called milk. Add one more item called milk inside the array. Add one more item called as a milk. Added. Now let's see what is the last element. Still is saying the last element is apple only. Sorry, grapes itself. But now last element is something else. Last element is milk. Right? So again, you have to do the code changes. Then only it will print the last element. So to avoid that, whenever you want to print the last element, if you write manually, then definitely error will come. Not error will come, it will not give the desired output. According to the before changes, the last element was grapes, so grapes was coming. But now one more element is added. Now last element should change automatically. It should not be manually. Right? So last element you can access this way through manually. Count it manually and go to the last length minus 1. You can write dynamic also something like this. Console.log. Console.log. Item is the array name. Inside that, again you will write item.length minus 1. Item.length minus 1. This is the dynamic. You add any number of element, and run the page. Whenever you run it, it will give every time the last element. It will give you every time the last element. Whether you add also or delete also, no problem. Every time it will give the last element. Happening. Last element. Let's see. Last element is coming as a milk. Now delete 2 from array and then see. Delete last 2 element and then also check. Is it giving the last element? delete last two element and then check. Last two element to delete. Then see. One is saying undefined because that element is not there fourth position. But second one is saying as a orange. So this method is not the right way to print the last element. This method is the right to print the last element. Okay, but the first one is always fixed. Whether one element or 100 element, the first will be always on 0 position. Okay, so work for all. Next, after that, we need to print all the values from array using any kind of looping statement. Maybe for loop, maybe do while loop, anything. Let's use using the for loop. Console dot log using for loop. Run the for where I equal to 0, I less than equal to item dot length. Item dot length I plus plus. So when you read the data from array using the for loop or any control structure, right? You should not use equal to. If you use equal to, last it will say undefined. So loop is starting from 0, that is your first element, apple. Loop is going till length of the element and it's going to increase one by one. Console dot log print I, that is index, and after that print item of I, the value of element. I, item of I. Ready? Check now. It should print you all the elements. Right? How many elements we have? All are getting printed. Right? Check once. 2 minutes, I will come back. I need to guide something to one person. Just hold. Info campus, no. Auditing is happening. Auditing, auditing. Government has a doubt saying like we are hiding the money. We are not giving the tax to government. On which one? Education fees. Okay, so they have sent a notice saying like last 5 years complete balance sheet you need to send to the GST Council. Okay, so auditor is there. They are making something. Even we need to do something. Okay. right? So please hold for a minute. I'll continue. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Where we were, here we were printing the ID. If the modification done, now point value can enter. Okay, and one PDF you send me, I'll send him for the approval. One PDF you have generated me, you send to me. You send, okay. I will send him the data entry. Let's enter if any modification in the PDF, that's bill copy, I'll modify. But now you can let's enter the data. Okay. We can write here for loop in descending order. For loop in descending order. Write the for where I equal to item dot length. Item dot length. Like you are starting the loop from the last. You are not starting the loop from the beginning. You are starting the loop from the end. I equal to item dot length minus 1. I greater than equal to 0. Then I minus minus. Console dot log. Print the value of I as well as print the item of I. Item of I. Print the value of I as well as print the item of I. Check now, it will show you the data in descending order. हाँ भैया हाँ भैया आ गया क्या उधर 9th क्लास में ठीक नीचे उधर तो नहीं सेकंड फ्लोर में डाल सकते हैं क्या check now it will print the data in descending order. उसको मेरे ऊपर रख देगा उतना होगा so hope is coming in descending order, right? In the first what was 0 was the apple, now also 0 is apple, but where in the last. हाँ now come down, write the next console.log using while loop. Console.log using while loop. While loop. Console.log using while loop. write a variable I equal to 0, I less than equal to I less than I, where I equal to 0, then while I less than item dot length, then after that console dot log item of I, console dot log item of I. Console dot log item of I. You have to do here I plus plus. Printing same value or different? Check now. It should give the same value. Apple, mango, banana, orange. Next, we can go for the next example, not in the same file, different file. Array2.js file you can create. Array2.js file. So most of the time in JavaScript, the array you are not going to read through the for loop and the while loop. There is something else in the market now. Okay, what is that? Let's try. First, create a variable city equal to add some city name, Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, Delhi, something we added. Now this data list of the city you store inside a variable, and instead of reading from for loop and while loop, what other option we have? Using that you can read this data. Apart from while loop and for loop, what other option we have to read the data? Let's come down below. Write next call. A comment to write here. Write a comment here. Inside the comment, you can add call syntax to syntax of map function. Syntax of map function. Using map function, how you can read this data. Using map function, how you can read this data. So it says like your array name dot map. Array name dot map. Array name dot map. Array name dot map. Next, after that, you will write here first call element and second call index. Element and index. So when you have seen the structure of the array, what was there? There was one was called a element, another was called a index. Here, you can see here. What is that? We have one is called index, another one we have called element. So index is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and element is nothing but the value of the array, right? So map function, what it will do? Map function will split your array into two parts. Value and position. Value and position. See now. First, when the what is the array name? City. When on city array, if you run the map function will read the first element and it will break into two parts. One is element, another one is index. So Bangalore will split into two parts. What is the position of Bangalore? Will go to the index and Bangalore will go to the element. Okay. Position will go to the index and value will go to the element. These two are the variable. It can be anything, X and Y, A and B, hello and hi. It's a variable name. It can be anything. But whatever the variable name it is, first will hold the value and second will hold the position. Next, fat arrow method you have seen yesterday, right? Here you will apply the fat arrow and then curly bracket open and close. Write the fat arrow, curly bracket open and close. Fat arrow, curly bracket open and close. Right? Come inside. Next you write call console.log console.log console console.log print as the element. Okay, element. Now index also we can print. Come down below, we'll write example. So our array name is called city dot map. City dot map. City dot map. Okay. Next you will have call city name and comma as a index. City name as well as index. City name as well as index. Next, after this, we need to follow the fat arrow method, fat arrow key, and come inside console.log city name and print once. City name and check once. This is printing anything or not? Printing. Let's run now. Node space, file name, array2 dot. Yes. So it is printing all the values we can see. All the value is printing from the array. Next, you print index also. Index comma city name. Print here index comma city name. So index will print as well as city name will print. Both will come. Right? Something like this. People will not ask how for loop will work, how do while loop will work. But people will ask what is the map function, how it works. What is the map function and what is work, how it works. Okay. So you can say map function is a listing function in JavaScript. Map function is a listing function in JavaScript. It used to read the data from the array. Map function is a listing function in JavaScript. It used to read the data from the array. Next, after that, how it read? We can say map function will call the number of time. Map function will call itself the number of time, the number of element you have inside the array. The map function will call itself the number of element you have inside the array. So look at here. When you have written the map function, are you writing any increment, decrement? No. Any initialization? No. Any condition? No. So map function is designed in such a way, it will look inside your array and it will get the length. And it will start reading from the beginning. Okay, it will start, you cannot say read from the last. If you want to read from last, then reverse your array. Map function always read from one side. Okay. And how many elements we have inside the array, that many time it will call automatically. And as soon as the, now see here, what is the first value? The first value is Bangalore. So when the first call will happen, map, Bangalore will go to the city name, position will go to the index. Now map function will come automatically to the second element, that is called Mumbai. Now Mumbai will go to the map. Definitely map is reading one by one. So Mumbai will go to the city name and their position will go to the index. Next level will come to the Pune. So keep reading. It will go to the last. After last, there will not be any further element. Map will exit automatically. Okay. So that way you will answer. Map is a listing function in JavaScript. It used to read the data from array and it split the element into two parts, index and element. Using fat arrow key and using without fat arrow key, both way we can print. I'll guide you below without fat. Okay. Okay. Map function is called as a listing function. It used to read the data from the array. Map is called as a listing function in JavaScript. It is used to read the data from array. You will stop your answer here only. It reads the data from the array. Next, let the people to ask how it read the data from array. Then you explain the remaining. Okay, no need to explain all. As soon as anyone asks what is a map function, we can say map is a listing function in JavaScript. It used to read the data from the array. Okay, stop here. Next, we will, in case he's asking how it works, then we can say map function will call itself till the number of element inside the array. And every time it will split one element into two parts, element and index. Element and index. Okay. We can call the map function using callback also and without callback. This is as of now what you wrote. It is based on fat arrow method. Fat arrow. Next, we are going to write based on callback. Okay, calm down. Function is calling itself again and again. If function you are going to call inside the function will be called as what? Callback function. At end of a function, you call another function that call is a callback function. Okay, write like this. CITY city dot map. Okay, city dot map. हेड पेन करने लगा. हेड पेन करने लगा. हेड पेन कर रहा है. हेड पेन. हाँ हाँ हाँ. नहीं आया है ना इसलिए. हाँ नहीं आया है पहली बार. इसलिए तो हम बोल रहे हैं कि सर हिला रहा है, इधर उधर माथा पटक रहे हैं. देखो आप, लिखो, देखो आप, समझो, समझ में आता है तो ठीक है. city dot map, right? Come inside now. You will write the function and something like this. So map itself a function, and inside the map what you are doing? You are calling one more function, right? So if anyone is asking, write a function example using the callback, then just write this one, saying like map is one function and inside the function I am calling one more function. So first map will execute and behind that one more will execute. That function having no any name, right? So the second function and function keyword what you wrote, that becomes a callback function. A function is calling behind some other function. Okay. Now write inside. Again, it is going to give the two elements. First will be called as a city name as a parameter and second will be called as a index. And now you will not use the curly bracket. This one, you will use the curly bracket here. Arrow key no need to write. Okay. Console.log. Console.log. Index, comma, city name. Index, comma, city name. Console.log. Map without fat arrow. Map without fat arrow. Save it now. Check once. Printing or error? Node space array2.js. See, both is working. First one is also working, second one is also working. Then I will ask which one is the best way to use and where we are going to use. So without JavaScript, you can use without React, you can use the second one. Second one. Which one? This one. Without React, you can use this one. Okay. But with React, you have to use this one. Which one? Fat arrow. Okay. With React, you have to use the fat arrow method. And without React, you can use this. Okay. In fact, this is applicable in React also, without React also. But this will not going, is not going to work in React. You will write always this map function, map pattern. Yeah, pattern. Okay, let me check once. Then we can log in again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, but you log in for 1 hour. If you are coming here, then fine. If you are not coming, you can join online also. Okay. What time? Maybe little 1 hour late. I'll message you. Okay, I will message in the group. Not Sunday, at least Saturday. We are little late, so we need to sit on Saturday 1 hour, 1.5 hour. We'll cover fast. Look like little difficult. Hmm? Hmm? Map function. The map function I did completely R&D, no? See what happened is, what is happening? From city, first value 1 by 1. It will go to the map. Map will split into two. Position separate and value separate. Position separate and value separate. This will become used to, don't worry. See you tomorrow again. Timing I'll update you in the group. Maybe same time or maybe 1 hour late. Weekend classes will be there in the morning. After. Huh?